run with the client.
Breaking news now at 4:30. A hit-and-run manhunt after a man and his dog are killed by a driver. Today in LA is live at the scene with the evidence left behind.
And beaten and bound, a man is found tied up inside a parking garage near LAX. The mystery surrounding this investigation and the search for the suspect.
Today in LA at 4:30 starts now.
Good morning to you. It's Wednesday, January 29th. You're looking live outside our studios in Universal City. A beautiful shot there and a beautiful start to your morning.
And we want to thank you for joining us. I'm Adrian Arambulo. It's like that time of year where it's like we have really cool mornings and then it's warm in the middle of the day. So it's kind of it's something for everybody.
Yeah, we can't decide where we want to stay with the temperatures. And I'm Camilla Rambaldi, filling in for Lynette Romero this morning on assignment. Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with the cooler temperatures, but I know that they're not going to be around for too long, right?
Well, yeah, you know, there are those that like the warmer weather. You know, that's why we're here in Southern California. Otherwise, you'd be in Minnesota. And I have to once again talk about how grateful we are to live here and have our weather. Of course, our thoughts go out to everyone else across the northern tier of the U.S. and even around the Great Lakes, because look at the temperatures. The past really week or so has been so frigid, snow, ice, and right now we continue to see those below normal temperatures that airs indicate. And look at numbers today: Minneapolis 9, Chicago 15, even in Atlanta, we're experiencing below normal temperatures. 48 will be the high today. And then you see kind of the rest of the country on the West Coast, how we're warmer than normal. That's what the red arrows mean. And today at lakes, temperatures are going to be around 69. Is warm by about 1 degree where we should be. Lots of high cloud cover because of a storm up to our north, so you will notice that difference today. The temperatures this morning starting off in the 40s and 50s, and we're headed to the 70s this afternoon. But a bigger warm up is on the way. I'll be back to talk about that. Let's check on the drive. Robin.
Oh, not good. From the warm up to the slowdown, the 14 is the biggest problem on the map. I've been tracking this injury accident south on 14 at Pear Blossom Highway. It actually happened in the 2 a.m. hour, and crews have yet to clear this. It is a backing of traffic here in the southbound direction, and we're still waiting for emergency crews to clear this off to the side. Not only do you have to deal with the accident, but you have road work as you're working your way into and out of Lancaster between Avenue J and Avenue F. That goes on until 6 a.m. So Sierra Highway is your best alternate right now, or just hold off on the commute. The drive time is all up to an hour and a half from Palmdale off to the Newhall Pass. So I'll keep my eyes on it. The 405 and the 5 look great. That's the worst slowdown right now. The 14, we'll check back in. Coming up, back to you.
All right, thank you, Robin. 4:33 right now. We have breaking news in Sherman Oaks. A man and his dog went out for a walk, but they never made it back home.
Both killed in a hit-and-run crash involving a Maserati. Police found the car, but not the driver. NBC4's John Kedis-Klimak is live in Sherman Oaks morning. And John, we know a lot of people rushed over to try to help when this crash happened.
Yeah, apparently there are a lot of good Samaritans that came out, tried to do CPR on that man before paramedics arrived, took him to the hospital. He didn't end up making it. But I want to point out where we are here on Woodman. This is Moore Park over here, busy intersection here, and on both sides of the street there's this bike path that you can be in, and apparently this man was across the street in the same bike path walking this dog when he was struck by this car. Video from overnight shows kind of what was happening. So many folks that were out here. There was his dog, a Rottweiler, apparently was found dead underneath an SUV here on the street as well. So much to investigate and to understand what exactly happened out here. There's been some talk among neighbors about this car just zipping down Woodman at top speed, and folks kind of to wave it down. But what we understand is that about a block away where investigators actually found that car, did not find the driver, but you can see the video of the car itself. There's damage to the front end. Looks like there's a damage to the windshield as well. But police have told us that they have not been able to locate the driver just yet. So that car was found just a block away. It's on Mammoth. We drove up and down Mammoth. It's no longer there, so it appears to have been towed away. This is all still under investigation. But again, this 80-year-old man, he was taken to the hospital. He did not survive. About 1:30 this morning, he was pronounced dead. And there's been family members out here as well throughout all of this. Clear the area. The investigation involves around that car. Who was driving that car? They say it was not stolen, so they might away, figuring out who it was behind the wheel. Reporting live this morning in Sherman Oaks, I'm John Keddy's Klimak today in LA.
Absolutely tragic. John, thank you for that update. Several families are out of their homes this morning after an apartment explosion in Bell Gardens. Here you can see the section just blown out, and we know at least 2 people were hurt in this blast, including a child. Cell phone video shows the flames here shooting from the roof moments after the explosion last night at 6. The fiery blast rang out across the neighborhood. Some neighbors say they heard it 5 blocks away.
I was on the roof cleaning the leaves from the roof, and I heard something explode, and when I looked over, I saw a big fireball.
Bell Gardens police arrived within minutes and rushed inside. 2 people took firefighters an hour to knock down the flames. The Red Cross is now helping about 4 to 6 displaced families. The LA County Fire Department is leading the investigation into the explosion.
And from News Chopper 4, you're looking at what's left from a fire at a tiny home village in Boyle Heights last night. At least 3 units were destroyed. The 72 tiny home opened up in 2024 to address homelessness in the area. Despite all the damage here, no one was hurt.
A crime scene at a parking garage. LAX, the PD says they found a man beaten and tied up inside his car. A call to 911 came in around 8:15 last night from Joe's parking lot along Century Boulevard. Police say the man was robbed about a half hour before being found. You can see the duct tape on the ground, and officers say he had his mouth covered and was having trouble breathing when they found him. But we are told this morning he is going to be okay. So far, no arrests have been made.
Well, people living in Echo Park did not expect this in their drive to jump out of a van. Watch it go fly down the street right here. You can see the van flying into street signs, several parked cars. This happened Sunday. One witness said that his car and his neighbors now knock.
So I ran and I saw this guy. He was driving the car. I pulled him up and I told him he was okay. Like, I'm okay.
Well, according to Waymo, the car was being driven manually by one of its so-called autonomous specialists. That driver said he tried hitting the brake of the van, but somehow lost control. No one was hurt.
President Trump has signed an executive order which the White House says will speed up rebuilding after last year's wildfires. The order aims to allow people who live there who are using federal emergency funds to rebuild to bypass the need for local permits. California officials are expected to challenge that order. Governor Newsom responded on social media asking the federal government to send funds to rebuild, not take over the permitting process. LA Mayor Karen Bass called the executive order, quote, a meaningless political stunt, and said the president could actually be helpful by providing FEMA funding they've been asking for.
Well, happening today, a California forum with some candidates running for governor will put the climate crisis in focus. Several climate organizations are working together to host this event. They say California is in a fertility crisis driven by the climate crisis. So some of the today have and Eric will be in attendance to discuss questions on clean energy affordability, corporate accountability, insurance affordability, and more.
The remains of the last hostage in Gaza, bin Rangavili, was a police officer. He died fighting militants. The all is or dead has been a key part of the Gaza ceasefire. And to honor the return of the final hostage, the Jewish Federation Los Angeles says it will remove the huge yellow ribbon on its building today. This is on Wilshire Boulevard. The ribbon was placed there to commemorate the victims of the October 7th attack.
An update this morning into shooting Pacoima last year. The department's oversight panel has it out of policy. Linda Becerra Moran was killed at a hotel in February. She called 911 to was held against her will. Body camera video shows her in the courtroom with a knife to her neck as a group of officers faced her. The department said officers drop a knife, but she did not comply and moved towards the officers before being shot. She died at a hospital. Now, members of the LAPD's oversight